Hello there. I'm no one important, and well, I've already recorded this game quite a few times before, so this is Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. I have broken my speedrun record for it yet again, and yeah, I think I'll let the video speak for itself. So, joining me today is my co-host Hannah. Hannah, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Hannah J Apocalypse. You can find me on Twitter at Sleeping Hannah, and I think that's all there is to say about me.
Yep, I'll put your links in the description at the end of the video, and yeah, let's just get started. Because
Sounds good.
First things first, this was a very impromptu thing for me. Like, I just started doing a recording of a speed run out of the blue, just because someone brought it up to me the other day. I was like, wow, what the hell? And this is my first run of the day, and well, I might as well spoil it since I've already spoiled it in the video title, but I've beaten my own world record by a full 25 minutes or so,
Mm.
just spontaneously.
Which is what we call in the Britlands well cool.
But yeah, I won't go over like too many of the usual things because I've already recorded this twice, and what else is there to say? But as you can see, I'm just going through like the usual day zero stuff here. Got a half decent item out of the Lotto Shrine, that necklace thing. Got my usual 2 bone coins. Sold them for the usual $23. I wasn't expecting anything special out of this run. There's the crumpled up note that stays in your
Hmm.
run the entire game if you do the day zero skip. So that's always fun and not annoying. Here I am.
The d-
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say that the day zero skip is, I think, my favorite part about this. When you first told me about that skip like a year ago, was it?
No, it's honestly something I'm really proud of because it's like the first kind of speedrun glitch thing I ever discovered myself. I mean,
Mm.
it's like an intended part of the game, but the fact that you use it to basically break out of bounds on day zero to do a full day and skip the first zero dungeon is not intended, obviously.
Hmm.
Because as you could see before, there were those force fields all around the bank that keep you from going out, but that right there is a way that lets you out of the bank area without actually going past the force fields.
Mm. Doing some hardcore parkour.
Yep. Um, just doing the usual day zero stuff, burning trash, going to pray to the shrines. It was
Pray to
actually,
all the. Mhm.
I was just gonna say it was actually a really uneventful day zero, but you were saying?
I was just going to say, pray to all of the goddesses, right?
Yep, all the goddesses. Like the one I just prayed to back there was Thedule, who is the like patron goddess of Thede in particular, which is the most important day of the run since it's the day you can buy all the fetishes on. As you can
Mm.
see, like the barriers are still up, so if I accidentally walked back, I'd have been stuck there. Here you see me trying to sell this bolt of cloth for a good price. I like go in and out of the shop because that resets the price every time. But 35 bucks isn't bad, especially since you need like 650 bucks to finish the run usually,
Mm.
which
I
means
will
like,
say I don't have a lot of knowledge of the game, so I'm going to be learning a lot while I'm here, other than the stuff I remember from watching your last speedrun.
shout out to Hannah here for such an impromptu, accepting of my offer to do like post commentary on this because I did not think this run was coming.
Mm. I was eating dinner when you messaged me asking if I wanted to do commentary on the run.
Well, thanks again.
No worries, no worries. I enjoyed the last run commentary we did together, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, at the very least, it's a very short run this time, so thankfully I'm not taking too much time out of your day.
No worries. I'm happy to give the time.
But yeah, as you could see earlier, I found one of the fetishes I needed, the Beb fetish in a Lotto Shrine. I leave it on the ground because I'm thoroughly convinced that whatever fetish you need to get last, like it messes with the odds or something, so it's the hardest to get. I mean, I know
Mm.
that's like always, oh yeah, the last one is always hardest to get. Like that's it's kind of just how luck usually goes. But in particular, in this game, I think it's true because my runs started getting very consistent the moment I started leaving Bebs. The easiest fetishes to get and the ones you can most consistently leave on the ground out of my inventory the whole time.
Mm.
Now, you can see a few more fetishes being sold in the shops here, in particular some Delvines. I don't get them because they're very expensive on any day that isn't Thede, which is why Thede is so important. I see a spell swatch there. I just burn it because it's like a regular spell swatch, and regular spell swatches all look the same, so they aren't worth the time to sell them since they aren't even worth that much.
Hmm.
Like you're spending like a minute a day going through shops trying to find the one you can actually sell. Might as well just burn it.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah, day zero, just running around, getting trash, giving candles to goddesses, praying to goddesses. Uh, as I said, like I really didn't expect anything on this run, but I got some decent candles at least. You usually don't find like a good two or three on day zero.
Mm.
And luck improves the trash you can pick up, so it's always good to pump it up as high as you can, as early as you can, because it kind of snowballs.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Isn't it? I vaguely remember you discussing in your last speedrun about the fact that praying to too many of the gods too much can actually cause a decrease in your luck, right?
Yeah, actually, I mentioned it before, but and that's not me like saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have brought this up." I'm just mentioning like I mentioned it before, but there's this thing I figured out where if you pray to every goddess on the same day, like if you keep doing that every day, your luck just suddenly tanks. And I was wondering,
Mm.
like, why can't I raise my luck? Why can't I raise my luck? And I dug through the very obscure little PDF, like instructional PDF in the files that isn't even like that instructional. It's just like, oh, here's a few things you should know in like some kind of coy cryptic text. I was like, oh, the
Mm.
goddesses do not like min-maxing. So I basically took one or two goddesses out of my rotation, and all of a sudden, all my runs are going great. As you saw there,
Mm.
the second I entered my home, it went to the next day instead of me needing to lie in my bed. That's because entering into your home loading zone for day zero skip basically does this kind of thing where it acts like you went into the sewer dungeon, but it just skips to the next day as though you slept in your bed, but it still gives you a skull either way. Here, I talked
Hmm.
to the lady here because it turns out if you don't talk to her, that quest that you need to get from her never spawns.
Oh,
So
fun.
I fucked up another run the other day not doing that, so I've been very nervous lately, just kind of quietly, slowly going through dialogue, which you'll see a bunch in this, because I'm not up to like losing another 5 minutes in an amazing run just because I fucked something up.
Hmm.
First spot of great amazing luck, that was the Havlana fetish, the most expensive fetish in the game, just lying on the ground. That one, that one usually costs like 100 or like $150, even on Fede, and
Hmm.
otherwise it costs like 600. So to
All
just
right.
find it randomly lying on the ground like that is amazing. And it was the moment I knew this was a run.
Yeah, yeah. Exciting.
Because, like, on your average run, as I mentioned before, you need $650. Every dollar counts, and $150 absolutely counts.
Oh, yeah. It's a big hit to take, and if you can avoid taking that hit, then great.
So, yeah, a lot of this run is just being able to like quickly look at trash and say, okay, is this worth selling or do I burn it? Like this is Dreth of Void's drought or whatever, and that's worth like $20. And
Hmm.
that was a bone coin. It looks like a ruined lantern. It's also worth $20, but A, it was hard for me to figure it out really quickly, and B, I wasn't too torn up about it because picking up a bone coin while I would usually do it also tanks your luck, so it's not the worst thing to burn.
Hmm.
But what was I saying? But yeah, like the the Void Drot's Breath or whatever, that's worth 20 bucks, and it's also very easy to see on a shop counter, as you can see here. So, you
Hmm.
know, you're not sitting around wasting your time trying to sell it, wasting your
Yeah.
inventory space too. I think I sell it for 30 bucks actually, so it's really good. Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
like almost 30 bucks right there. Here's a Delvine, the second most expensive fetish, I believe. Just once again lying on the ground randomly.
Mm.
Usually finding any fetishes other than Fedule or Loster on the ground is extremely rare. So to have like the two rarest, roughly most expensive ones just like that is amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
And it is even the best run, the best luck I get this run. So,
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
but yeah, I try to sell my gun here that I just picked up, but it's worth like 15 to 20 bucks on some days and like 3 bucks other days. So I didn't think it was worth selling it now because it was only worth
Hmm.
like 5 bucks today.
Yeah, so better to keep it for a day where it might be worth more.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know, it's nice to be recording this for like this game for like the third time because I don't have to feel like I have to motor mouth as much.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It also doesn't help that my microphone situation is still fucked up like last time. I found like a gender pill in the ground right there, so I just, ate it.
And your gender is now symbiote.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my recording setup is still kind of fucked up, so that makes it extra good that I don't have to worry so much about, you know, speaking so constantly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Here I am slowly going through my inventory for a candle because I don't want to accidentally drop one of the fetishes I need, especially the super rare expensive ones.
Mm, yeah, if I imagine if you drop those, the ones that are super rare to find on the ground, that will really set this run back and maybe just end it.
I mean, like I could pick it up again, but
Oh, okay.
I think if you pick up things you left for a goddess, you might tank your luck or something. Either way, I don't. It's one of those things where it's like very worth being careful. And yeah, it's like
Yes.
if I accidentally go through my inventory too quickly and burn them when I'm trying to do something else, that would very much fuck up this run.
Yeah, I bet.
It's like even if dropping it would be the hugest issue in the world, I don't want to accidentally hit incinerate.
Yes, that would be bad. That would be
Here,
very upsetting.
right there, I just took like a really quick look at that shop because I wanted to see how much a Valor was worth. But as I said, any day that isn't Fede is like pointless for buying fetishes because it was worth 100 bucks right there when you'll see the next day I get it for like 20 or 30.
Oh, yeah, yeah. May as well wait the extra day.
I believe that with fetishes, like I mentioned, that it's like 650 bucks roughly for usually finishing the game. That's 50 bucks for the Born magazine you have to give the guy for one of the tablet pieces and $600 to pay off that adventurer. With fetishes
Hmm.
involved, I'd hazard it's roughly $1,000 you need.
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a big increase that you want to avoid as much as possible.
Yeah. So, yeah, that Lotto Shrine, I found a mythic spellswatch, aka the thing I need to finish the game instead of $600.
Oh!
Because there is three different things you can get if you want to finish the game. Three mega
Yeah.
batteries, which is out of the question. $600, which is what you usually get through on a run. And the mythic spellswatch, which I just fucking got at that shrine.
Yeah, all
So
right. This
the
this is a lucky run.
the money grind, which makes this like a 50-minute run usually, which is still really fucking fast, but
Hmm.
like usually the money grind is like the biggest like stop thing. I just completely circumvented it. And as you can see
Yeah.
right there, I took the mythic spell swatch out of my inventory so I wouldn't accidentally sell it or burn it
Yeah.
or something.
That would be horrible.
So yeah, as I mentioned before, I already knew this was a run when I got those really, really good fetishes. But the
Hmm.
moment I got the mythic spell swatch, you'll see me meandering around and just kind of aimlessly wandering a lot more because I start to get very lightheaded.
The rush of adrenaline.
I mean, literally, because it's like, oh shit, I already have world record, and this is like unthinkably good luck.
Mm,
Like this is the kind of luck I barely imagined was possible.
yeah. And suddenly your world record starts looking like you're about to be the one to break it.
Yeah.
Can you believe that you're going to be the three-time world record holder for this game?
Yes. I end up talking to that lady right there really quickly because, as I said, I got very nervous. As you can see, 20 bucks. Very nervous last time I did a run like this because I fucked up and
Mm,
accidentally didn't talk to the lady I needed to. So I needed to be sure that her quest was activated.
yes.
But yeah. So at this point in the run, all I need to do is pray to myself that, oh fuck, I really hope that every single fetish is being sold in the shops, and I really hope that I actually get a Loster.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm so lightheaded that I don't even notice that that is a Vala fetish on the ground, which I already bought, and that would usually piss me off, but I don't even notice it's there.
You just walk right past it.
Yeah, because I see like the space goddess right there, so I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get that right now. And lucky
Mm.
for me, it doesn't happen every time, but every single fetish is in at least one shop. So I just buy them all, except for the Fede fetish, which only appears on the ground on Fede, and the
Ah,
Loster, which only appears in Lotto shrines and on the ground, ironically, despite being the goddess of commerce. But
that is kind of ironic, huh?
yeah, I mean, I imagine there might be like a reason for that or something, but like some deep lore irony
Yeah,
reason.
you got to get the secret ending, which gives you the weird stone that explains why, and also turns you into a little squid.
Yep. Sorry, I'm still like just kind of overwhelmed by how well this went. As you can see, I
Yeah,
have
I
like
bet.
3 plastic cloth belts, so I just start burning them past a certain point because I don't need money anymore.
Mm, isn't that the dream?
Like I'm still kind of burning trash on like automatic impulse, but I kind of don't need to.
Oh yeah, like I imagine a lot of like you were talking earlier about the importance of being able to quickly identify an item and therefore identify whether you need it or not. A lot of that I imagine is reflex, and that reflex, once you bring yourself into it, even when you don't need to follow that reflex anymore, can probably be a bit hard to shake.
Yeah, there's the Theru fetish, as you can see, burning plastic cloth belts. Yeah, it's
Mm.
it's just like autopilot is so much of this. Another Eye of Bab,
Hmm.
just so many good Lotto Shrine items. By the way, earlier you saw the screen kind of like pause up for a second and clear up. The reason that happened was at a certain point I was like, fuck, I really need to make sure I hit record, not preview.
Oh yeah.
So I like briefly tabbed off for 2 seconds, just like my soul was fucking leaving my body. So I had to
I
like sit
bet.
down, tab off, make extra sure that was recording and not just like previewing. And, then I just kept continuing my run. And
Mm.
Fetish of Lost are just in the Lotto Shrine. Um,
There it is.
just like usually in Lotto Shrines, you get like a few good things, maybe a piece of food or two, usually just trash. I got like, what, 5 good items?
Yeah, that's real good so far.
Like I got the necklace, I got the Chiro's diamonds, I got a fetish, I got what else did I get? I got an Eye of Beb, which I didn't quite need, but it's still a good item.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I also got a Beb fetish, which I did need. It's common, but I did need it. It's lying on the ground over by the Vala Shrine, which I'm going to go get right now.
Hmm.
Here I sell my Chiro's diamonds, not for as much as they usually could be worth, but I'm like, fuck it. I don't need money.
Yeah, like you said, money at this point in the run doesn't matter. So,
Like, if anyone is feeling like running this game, feel free because you could still shave a couple minutes off if you can shut down your autopilot.
mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't immediately respond to a mythic spellswatch with, oh fuck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you can shut down autopilot, get past some of those instincts, and maybe like to hell, you could probably if luck like this is possible, who knows what other like levels of luck are possible?
Exactly. So here what I do is I use this route to go like the fast track over to the fetish lady so
Hmm.
she can be set up for the next day so I can get my tablet piece.
Hmm.
Because, this floor makes you walk faster.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And you see that big yellow arrow on the ground right behind her?
Yeah.
I don't,
Oh.
because that's the arrow I need to go home. And I'm like, oh fuck, how do I get home from here? Because I'm barely seeing in front of my face at this point.
Yeah, you're like full of adrenaline, bit lightheaded, and just full of excitement, I imagine.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh right, the bank, that's next to the purple place, which I know how to quickly get home from.
So you do kind of find your way home, but definitely not the shortest way.
I mean, I don't really pass by the fetish lady that often. This is closer to the route I usually go down. So once
Hmm.
again, it's just autopilot
Yeah, yeah, autopilot both, which helps most of the time, but in this case is getting in the way a little bit.
a little bit because like I'm not recognizing what's in front of my face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you get to that yellow arrow, and I imagine that's what takes you back home.
Yeah. By the way, you may have noticed that there's like an extra split there than usual, a Fede split. I decided to add that in recently because here I am buying the porn for the dude so I can finish the game.
Hmm.
I realized it was mostly just like, oh, here's the day zero ending, and then like here's the end of the game. So I decided a split in the middle might be nice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And the Fede split seemed like the most natural midpoint to me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Here I am like quickly agonizing over like, do I close the box or do I just take all my crap out now? Because once again, I don't want to like fuck up the run accidentally burning the mythic spellswatch.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's Fede done.
Yep. And since I already talked to a lady the previous day, I'm ready to get all three tablet pieces.
Hmm.
Because
So now
there's
you
like,
just.
oh, sorry.
So is it? Actually, no. You continue explaining because I was going to ask a question. So.
Well, basically, there's like two different main quests in the game with three subquests for the first one and three subquests for the second. For the
Hmm.
first one, you need to get the three tablet pieces. You need to get all the fetishes and then talk to the lady. You need to get the fetish or the tablet piece of sewer dungeon, and you need to give like the weird slime book to the slime guy. So
Hmm.
he'll give you the last tablet piece. Then you merge them all together, and then you have to find someone to take the skull off your hands.
Hmm.
And to do that, you get like three other quests you have to do, but you only have to do one of them. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you have three objectives you can complete to end the game, but unlike with the tablet quest, you only need to complete one of those objectives.
Okay.
Now, the money quest is usually the best one to do because mythic spell swatches and mega batteries are both way more expensive than $600. But if you can find, say, any of those things on the ground, then obviously it's much faster in grinding the money.
Oh, absolutely.
So here I'm taking what the devs have apparently called the secret sewer dungeon entrance. I take it
Ooh.
because it's closest to the guy who, no, it's closest to home. That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
But it's closest to home. So my path is basically get the Eye of Beb, eat it, get the Eye of Beb line like day zero because that's the cheapest one. Eat
Yeah.
it, go into the sewer dungeon, get the tablet piece as you're about to see, get caught, which sends
Yeah.
me to the top of the ziggurat, which sends me to where I can get the second tablet piece, which sends
Uh
me
huh.
roughly about where the last tablet piece is.
I see.
It's basically like this really natural, streamlined route of like
Yeah, that
point
makes
A
sense.
to point B that doesn't involve any like major detours in between.
Hmm.
Like every spot lets out of where the other spot needs to be.
Nice photo bomb from the skull there.
Yeah, the skull still kind of hovers around you in the sewer dungeon. It, you know, sometimes scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, I bet it would definitely scare me.
Hannah here can't hear it because screen share doesn't really give audio, but the
Mhm.
skull screams at you.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it,
that's wonderful.
it, it just randomly screams at you.
Oh, good. Good. That's not terrifying.
Especially not in a first person thing where you can't always see where the skull is. And it just kind of
Mm,
like rotates around you whenever it wants to. As you can see there, I got the first tablet piece just by walking through the
yes.
maze. I have the maze memorized, so now I'm just waiting for the Starbucks ghost to catch me.
Is it called the Starbucks Ghost?
That's what everyone calls it.
Okay, good.
But yeah, the thing about the day zero skip is it messes with its placement in AI a bit. I have a suspicion it might be because it like when you're in day zero, it like places it kind of out of bounds where it can't get you or something like that. But
Mhm.
eventually it catches you and kicks you out of the sewer dungeon. But you keep the tablet piece.
I
And
see.
oh look, we're right here, just below where we were told to go.
Hmm. How thoughtful and courteous of the Starbucks Ghost to send you right where you needed to be.
That's convenient. You know, for such a like an anti-speedrun game by like fundamental design, since it also hates min-maxing, you'd
Yeah.
imagine this path would be like a lot more roundabout.
Yeah, but it seems relatively straightforward.
Yeah. Like here I am already at the like I just got the second piece and here I am at the third piece because this guy wants that magazine I bought.
Right, right. The magazine you already got, and now you have all the pieces.
Yep. And now I just have to bring it to a guy in the purple district to fuse them all together.
Hmm.
And then I can bribe an adventurer to take the skull off my hands. The skull that I never got because I got the day zero skip.
Yep. The skull you technically never got, but you do still need to spend the game getting rid of the skull. Because I guess otherwise, what would the game be?
What would it be?
If the day zero skip meant you didn't get the skull, would it just be day zero? Done.
Day 0%. So at this point, I'm like over the wall excited and also being like, oh fuck, can I get sub 30? Can I get sub 30?
Mm-hmm.
And I even forget to like do a split for the third tablet at this point.
That's fair.
But I remembered to do it midway through here, I think. And this is roughly where the adventure is. I don't have this adventure location memorized too thoroughly. It doesn't help that she's fucking 2D, but because she was just like a piece of paper looking at me, that was her back there. She wants a mythic spellswatch. We gave it to her.
Hmm. And now she has the skull.
Yep. Uh, Not exactly pleased about being tricked like that, but here you see me going back for some jelly slug droppings for some free food.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, I forget if you need to have eaten enough to sleep on this day, but I decided to do it anyways just in case.
Mm. Do you know now if you need to eat enough to sleep?
No, this game is arcane. I mean, I know you
Oh,
need to eat to sleep usually, but I don't know
yeah.
about it when you're finishing the game, you know?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I think it might have been if you want a past run, but yeah. So as usual, run ends when the credits appear,
Hmm.
which means that the fastest thing to do is tell the skull you're going to go back to bed instead of going on an adventure. So I click through these like very slowly just in case.
Right, just in case you hit the wrong button.
Yeah, because that's like a minute time loss and I'm already like close to sub 30. Now I'm just waiting for the credits to appear.
Oh,
And there it is,
there you go, sub 30.
28, 20, 56.
Hell yeah.
Roughly almost 25 minutes shorter than my last run.
Yeah, which is an impressive amount shorter.
Part of the reason why I wait for the credits to actually appear there instead of on the last input is if you do get the whatchamacallit, if you do get the accidental oh, I clicked through the where the dialogue too fast and it automatically went to the first option, which is go on an adventure. You do that too fast, it's like they kind of slowly appear as you walk off into distance. So I figured the
Uh-huh.
credits physically appearing is an end goal that fits for like the worst outcome too.
Yes, I
Because
see. That
there
makes
is
sense.
no final input on like that normal run. Also here my run is just starting over again because I have it on repeat. So let me just pause that real quick.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's the run.
That was, yeah, that was a good run, and from the looks of it, potential room to do even better if you want to be a fourth time world record holder.
I think I'm retiring for now, but I know certainly some people who have wanted to run before. Like, let me check real quickly just to be absolutely sure. Like, AB, Abney,
Hmm.
they've spoken to me in like this kind of Discord we've got going for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, hopefully we'll see someone else beat your world record
hopefully.
then. Get more people in on the scene, you know?
Yeah. But, yeah. Sorry, I'm still kind of over the wall, but yeah, this
I I bet. You what, finished that run like an hour ago at this point?
basically.
At time of recording?
Yeah, I just finished it. It was like, Hannah, would you like to do call commentary with me? And Hannah, being the amazing friend that she is, said yes.
Thank you very much. But I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to have done the commentary with you.
Well, I'm glad to have done it with you too. Anyways, if you want to see Hannah's stuff, like art and stuff like that, I'll put some links
Hmm.
in the description. But yeah, bye.
Bye.